I found a bloodthirsty giant centipede inside the psychiatric hospital, but I did not choose to escape with my family. Instead, I found a room with iron bars. I locked the door from the inside, letting my family be devoured by the giant centipede outside. And the reason I was so ruthless was because they deserved it. In my previous life, we encountered the giant centipede in an abandoned asylum. Just because my adopted sister said she feared I would slow everyone down, they left me behind to feed the centipede. But in the next second, I was reborn to the day our car broke down. The day my adopted sister suggested spending the night at the asylum, I immediately realized I had been reborn. I warned them right away. There was a bloodthirsty giant centipede inside. We could not go in. I even took out my phone to call the police. But my brother slapped the phone out of my hand. He then confiscated everyone's phones. After that, he dragged me toward the psychiatric hospital. I held my head and screamed in fear, telling him the centipede guarded that very door in my last life, begging him not to go in. But he thought I was lying. He decided to let me see for myself if the centipede was there. Then he strode straight to the entrance. Nothing happened. Seeing that everyone grew bolder, they walked in one after another, and my brother dragged me in by my collar. As soon as we entered the gate closed by itself, I realized everything was repeating exactly as before. I had to find the key as soon as possible, out of everyone's sight. My adopted sister showed a strange smile. She picked up a rope and a green stone, thinking they were tools left by previous explorers, but I instantly knew. The stone contained a centipede about to hatch. I shouted for her not to touch it. The venom inside would corrode her skin. But she refused to listen. She wanted to see if a centipede would crawl out. And right after she spoke, a centipede drilled out from the stone. The next second, the stone exploded. I warned them immediately. The giant centipede would arrive in 1 hour, but my brother did not believe me. He even accused me of burning our mother with acid on purpose. He threatened to kill me if I mentioned the centipede again. Then my adopted sister suggested going to the infirmary to bandage our mother. I tried to stop them in fear, but they ignored me and dragged me along to the infirmary. Inside, they did not see a centipede. They only saw a costume that looked like a centipede. My brother mocked me, saying I could not find a giant centipede, so I used a rag to scare everyone, but I smelled the blood on the costume. It was the centipede's freshly shed skin. Hearing that, my brother grew even angrier. He grabbed my throat, blamed me for hurting our mother, and for causing panic. He threatened that, if a centipede really showed up, he would throw me out first. But before he finished speaking, a swarm of small centipedes rushed into the infirmary. My adopted sister even stepped on several. I warned her in terror. These were the centipede's children. Killing them would bring revenge. But my brother was still crazed. He smashed the small centipedes with a baseball bat. That moment killed my last hope for him. They wanted to die, but I had to survive. I remembered the key was in the room full of equipment, but I needed a safe place to hide first. So I followed the group upstairs. The hallways were covered in fresh blood. There were even half-eaten bodies. All warnings from the centipede. Only then, my adopted sister finally grew afraid. Yet she still accused me of staging everything. She did not notice that our mother had already been snatched away by an invisible force. I knew time was running out. I urged them to run to the third